It's gonna be like that scene from Ten Commandments where the two waves are just armies are wiped away. It will not be that great. Thank you guys again so much for coming out tonight, and thank you to all the people who are working the lights and the sound and doing all this, the promoter who brought me to Mission. I don't get a chance to do smaller communities as much anymore as my career has just taken a certain trajectory. But I love coming to them because I live in a small community myself. I live in Penticton. Are you guys from Penticton? What? You were born there? Oh, wow. Do you live here now? Couldn't wait to get out. You're like, I need weather that looks like there are killers lurking. More of that, please. Tomorrow's a big day. It's the thing that's on everyone's mind, I'm sure, I hope. There are, you know, it's weird to be on the eve of something that, you know, like, I mean, is likely going to affect, well, will affect all of our lives, obviously. And I wanted to take a moment. I wrote a piece about what I think, and you can go online and check that out. I'm not going to do that here tonight. See, I think, you know, like, I mean, for me, it's like tomorrow I race home to go be with friends and family and watch the results come in and either celebrate or prepare to get audited. I think there are a lot of people who, you know, like, I mean, one of the problems we face as a nation is the growing sort of voter apathy that occurs. And a lot of the times people like to place that voter apathy on the shoulders of the youth. And I think that's unfair. You can't blame people for being apathetic if you're intimidating them out of becoming active. A lot of the times when youth do become politically active, there's somebody there to jump down their throats and tell them, no, your opinions are wrong or your opinions are invalid. And they're made to go stand in the corner once again. People wonder why the youth don't become more politically active. And it's just another place where they aren't being listened to. That's happened to them their entire lives. Why would they then want to invest their time in another place that they're not being paid attention to? Any new ideas that we're going to have are not going to come from the generation that currently exists. They're going to come from that next generation. And so they need our support just as much as they need support. Let me put it there. I was going to say something inappropriate, then I was like, reel it in. I was going to talk about bras or something. I was like, they need support. See? Sometimes you just got to stop. But I think it's pretty remarkable that we live in a country where we're currently, for now, allowed to use our voice. That is a large part of what I do. That's what I've chosen to do with my life. I think one of the most important aspects of having a voice is using it. And so I want to leave you with this piece tonight. And I hope that all of you are going out to vote tomorrow if you haven't already. It's absolutely crucial that you participate in it. Somebody asked me the other day about, you know, like, I mean, well, why, like, who cares? Like, I mean, why not just not vote? And it's like, okay, and their reasoning was that, you know, like, I mean, the system is so corrupt. It champions corruption over compassion. And I get that, and I get that it's poisonous. But my question to you is, I respect that you're not thirsty enough to drink the poison, but are you suffering enough to need the medicine yet? Because this country needs a change. It needs to happen. And so, thank you. The guy in the wing shirt doesn't think so. He's gonna tweet Harper and be like, audit this motherfucker. It's all right. This is my voice. There are many like it, but this one is mine. And it's a fine line when you're trying to define the finer points of politics. Politics being a Latin word, poly meaning many, ticks meaning blood-sucking butt lumps. But too many live in countries where it's bullets instead of ballots, where gavels fall like mallets when held in the hands of those whose judgments can be bought as easily as children be taught to covet. And the only ones willing to speak up are forced to live so far beneath the radar that the underground is considered above it. This is for the Ho Chi Minhs and the Michael Collins, the Marquis de Sades and the muted gods. This is my voice. There are many like it, but this one is mine. And this time, it's for the sons and daughters who watch mothers and fathers drown in shallow waters while panning for the American dream in a polluted creek called the Mainstream. This is for the homeless people sleeping on steam bins, making makeshift tents out of cardboard and old trash, trying to catch 40 winks in between the crash of car wrecks, risking their necks by surviving another day so they can starve, so that famine can carve their body into a corpse before their heart stops beating, so that men in a boardroom meeting can make it harder for them to get welfare, health care. It's no wonder some of them pawn off their own wheelchair. And every time I walk by, I can't help but feel at fault. But maybe I didn't search myself hard enough for the Control-Alt-S so I could save the world. Or at least this little girl curled into a ball. I spent most of my life throwing compassion back like a fish that's too small. I cash in my reality checks. Drop her some spare fantasies. Because I've got 3 separate degrees from different universities, but the most valuable thing I ever learned was to believe people when they say please. Don't tell me there are no heroes. This is for them, the women and the men. For Helen Keller, who against all odds found a voice. For The Choice, Veronica Guerin made. For Martin Luther King, who stayed just long enough to share a dream with us. This is for that day on the bus with Sister Rosa Parks. For the Joan of Arcs who believe even in the face of sparks becoming flame, the political game that Louis Riel refused to play. This is for the day the Dalai Lama finally goes home. For Dr. Jeffrey Wigand, who alone stared down big tobacco. For Nelson Mandela, who went the extra mile. This is for the trial that finally found a man guilty of shooting Medgar Evers dead. For everything Malcolm X said, remembered by athletes who left the Olympics double-fisted. For Arthur Miller, blacklisted for calling a witch hunt what it was. For Galileo, locked up, he said the Earth was round, with a true live crew who found a sound that got them banned in the USA. And imagine if we could still hear John Lennon play. This is for someone who stood up today and said no. For Edward R. Murrow, who shut down McCarthy. For Salman Rushdie, Mahatma Gandhi, you, me, this city, this country. We will always have a choice. When you stand up to be counted, tell the world, this is my voice. There are many like it, but this one is mine.